Coming up on Carolina Week, no penalties from the NCAA, but will UNC's academic reputation pay the price?
Chapel Hill is gearing up for Halloween, and there's some new rules to know before heading out to celebrate.
After a brief courtship, a local woman decides to break with tradition and tie the knot very far away. All of this and more, Carolina Week
starts right now.
From the UNC School of Media and Journalism, covering Carolina in HD, this is Carolina Week.
It's the news the UNC community had been waiting for. The NCAA announced its ruling in the Carolina academic scandal. Good afternoon, I'm Donnie Holloway.
And I'm Anne-Marie Haggerty. After 7 years in limbo, Chapel Hill finally has an answer. The NCAA finds no academic violations at UNC. Although many hailed this case as a victory for the university, others aren't so sure what the ruling will do to the school's reputation. Reporter Evan Cronus joins us live from the Old Well with some analysis about the effects of the NCAA's decision. Evan, what can you tell us?
Anne-Marie, the NCAA announced that it could not condone academic violations occurring at UNC's athletic department. But the questions remain, what does this investigation do to UNC's academic reputation? Well, I talked to students and a staff member to get their opinions.
After a years-long investigation into academic irregularities in relation to the formerly titled African and Afro-American Studies Department, the University of North Carolina's athletic department is free from any violations. But the university might still be under damage control in the court of public opinion.
The punishment's kind of already done in the court of public opinion, where you're talking about an institution that I think a lot of people don't look at in the same light as they used to.
UNC's academic reputation may be hurting because of what we were doing, but also the NCAA has a very big problem on their hands with academics at all schools.
I'm not proud of it. I don't think anyone should be proud of it. It happened. We messed up. And I'm not even sure how I feel about us getting off. It's nice in a sense, but I also understand that what we did was wrong and we got off scot-free. But hopefully the kind of public beating we took will be enough to make sure that we scare us straight into making sure we stay transparent.
Louis Margolis is an associate professor in the School of Public Health who says he feels shame about what took place at the university, even if no sanctions were given.
The university decided to assume a strategy that relied on manipulation, relied on rationalization in order to avoid the acknowledgement of the errors of their ways. We know that athletes took fraudulent courses.
Margolis says the fact that the university has continued to remain silent about the scandal is of concern when considering UNC's academic reputation in the future.
Hopefully, the community, whether it's the local community or the national community, will gradually forget these fundamental violations, and we'll wait until the next scandal emerges.
UNC Chancellor Carol Foltz says the university accepts full responsibility for what happened in the past and will now focus on delivering the best education it can to its students. Anne-Marie?
That's Evan Cronus live from the Old Well. Thanks, Evan.
It's a hot button issue in our area and in our state, affordable housing. I spoke with one woman who says she's exhausted all resources and still can't find a safe, affordable place to live.
To understand the affordable housing crisis in Durham, you don't have to look any further than Tadra McClendon's living room. She says she can't afford to move. The Section 8 program, which assists low-income families, hasn't granted her a voucher for more than a year.
And they denied me, or they said they sent me paperwork, but I never received it, so. But this last time, it's been like 13 months.
She says that she doesn't feel safe where she currently lives.
And I was in my room, and my kids were in my daughter's room, and I just heard the rounds going off, and I just like, y'all get down, and I crawled on my arms to them, and I'm just screaming like, y'all get down, y'all get down.
High demand has meant that inexpensive housing is hard to find, says Danita Johnson, director of the Section 8 voucher program in Durham.
And if you're on the waiting list, you want to necessarily receive your voucher right away. But of course, we work according to the ranking order.
As rent costs are rising, the need for affordable housing is increasing. Despite some who may say, why doesn't she get a job? Johnson says that people shouldn't stereotype the system.
A lot of our families work. Just because you're on our program doesn't mean that you are unemployed. A large percentage of our families work.
McClendon says that she didn't get help while employed.
When I was working, no one still would help me.
Deborah Ross, an affordable housing advocate, agrees that there is a need.
When people have a safe, affordable place to live, they can be much more productive members of society.
McClendon says that the Section 8 office didn't answer or return her calls.
I would call, I would talk. They would give me the runaround. They gave me emails to email people that never emailed me back.
The challenges are tough, but she says she still has hope.
I mean, I just hope that this opens the eyes to a lot of people, that are in those high positions that can, help us.
Johnson says the Durham Housing Authority is working to streamline the process in order to shorten the wait for housing.
Affordable housing is one of many issues being discussed by candidates for Chapel Hill Mayor and Town Council. Residents will head to the polls on November 7th. Let's take a look at those candidates. 4 Chapel Hill Town Council spots are up for grabs. Candidates include Alan Buancy, Hong Bin Gu, Rachel Chavez, Carl Schuler, Karen Stegman, and incumbents Ed Harrison and Maria T. Palmer. Pam Heminger is the only mayoral candidate on the ballot, but former Chapel Hill Carrboro NAACP President Eugene Farrar is encouraging voters to write in his name on Election Day. The Chapel Hill Carrboro Board of Education also has 4 seats up for grabs and 7 candidates in the running. Amy Fowler, Calvin Deutschman, Marianne Wolf, Kim Talikoff, Ryan Brummond, and the 2 incumbents, Joel H. Brown and James Barrett.
A big win for a Chapel Hill Carrboro City Schools principal. He was named Principal of the Year, and our Jared Corder sat down with him to hear his story.
John Williams thought he was walking into a small meeting about a construction plan, but when he stepped into a room full of people, his mind started racing.
And I was like, oh, something big about to happen. But I felt good. I knew that people don't usually get fired in front of everybody. So I didn't feel as though my job was on the line.
But for Williams, it was the exact opposite. He was named Principal of the Year for the Chapel Hill Carrboro City School System. His school, Phoenix Academy, is an alternative high school with less than 40 students. It's for students who don't fit into a traditional high school model because of mental health, substance, behavioral, or academic issues. Williams says this award validates what the school is trying to accomplish with these kids.
Solidifies or reinforces that idea that Phoenix Academy is designed to actually move students and help them go forward. And it's not just a holding system or a school full of students who are problems.
Phoenix Academy is looking to build off a strong finish last year when it graduated 16 students, one of the best classes in its history. For Carolina Week, I'm Jared Corder reporting.
Williams will now go on to represent Chapel Hill Carrboro City Schools at the regional level.
If you've been on campus at all this week, there's no doubt you've seen them.
Racks of Tar Heel blue bikes have been appearing all across campus. The program is called Tar Heel Bikes, and it's making it possible for anyone to bike on campus for free. All people have to do is download the Social Bicycles app and register for Tar Heel Bikes. Using the app or the website, you can see the various parking hubs across campus and check how many bikes are available. You can ride these bikes and drop them off at any official hub. The first hour per day is free, and every hour after is $6. UNC students and hospital affiliates have the opportunity to purchase a lifestyle plan for $30 a year, which includes up to 2 free hours of ride time a day.
It's one of the biggest fall parties on campus.
But before you head out to Halloween on Franklin Street, there's some things you should know.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
It's me, Artie. Come see what I collected from the Creative Galaxy in my idea box.
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Each one of our journeys keeps us young. Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
We'll never get older. Each one Go be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
It's one of the biggest events of the school year, Halloween on Franklin Street. And because the celebration is always so big, the town of Chapel Hill put some rules in place. Reporter Lydia Davis joins us live from Franklin Street to tell us a little about the town's plan for this year. Lydia?
Donnie, Halloween falls on a Tuesday this year, but judging by celebrations from the previous years, the fact that it's on a school night probably won't affect turnout. More than 25,000 students packed Franklin Street last year. It's a tradition for students and locals to show up in costumes to celebrate. Businesses in the area cater to the crowds with Halloween specials. The town had about 200 officers out working the event last year. They say they're hoping this year's celebration is just as orderly. So if you're planning to head to Franklin Street this Halloween, here's what you need to know. Most of the crowd is expected to gather at the intersection of Franklin and Columbia Streets. East Franklin Street will be closed to traffic from 8 to 10:30 on Halloween night. And here's a list of items police say you can't bring with you. No alcohol, no glass bottles, no coolers, no paint, no animals, and no fireworks. The town has been trying to make these celebrations smaller and more manageable each year to cut down on injuries and crime. It costs Chapel Hill between $150,000 and $200,000 to cover this event. Donnie?
All right, some very useful information. Lydia Davis reporting live from Franklin Street. Thanks, Lydia.
And there is one other item you can't bring to Franklin Street this Halloween, a drone. Because of drone footage like this from the UNC's National Championship celebration. Chapel Hill passed an ordinance that bans unlicensed drones from flying over the town's homegrown Halloween event. The town says it could be dangerous if a drone were to crash into the crowd. But drone owner Evan Martinez says the legislation discourages Chapel Hill residents from using drones
Continued
at
legislation is being made on drones and their uses, then it definitely deters me from wanting to buy something more heavy duty.
Under the new rule, any violators flying their drones could be charged with a misdemeanor and fined up to $500.
We always talk about Halloween on Franklin Street, but did you know that one of the top Halloween attractions in the country is less than an hour away?
Carolina Week reporter Samantha Schneider paid a visit to the Woods of Terror.
The leaves are changing colors. Pumpkins and flowers seem to be everywhere. Halloween is upon us. But for some students, it's not all about the decorations.
And then also I really like getting scared. So like going to like haunted houses and doing that whole fun thing too.
And for students like Higgins, there's a place for you.
And I'm here at the Woods of Terror, where every night up to 3,000 people come to get scared.
The Woods of Terror is a horror theme park in Greensboro, North Carolina. And during the day, it looks like this. The actors take their time getting ready. They put on costumes, they do their makeup, and they transform into monsters. Colleen Seiler is the Woods Director of Makeup Education. She works year-round researching new scaring methods for the park.
So just because you came last year and you're like, oh, I've been through this, it's all the same, it's not.
This year's new attraction is the Voodoo House, with both an outdoor and indoor section.
Come out, be prepared to be scared because we take our job seriously.
She was right. It got darker and the actors became their monsters. Seiler even got me to walk through the woods. So the woods may have gotten the best of me, but it was fun. And park owner Eddie McLaurin says that's what it's all about.
Well, I love coming out and watching my customers be happy and come out and say, this is the best show I've ever seen, and I can't believe how big it is or how good it is.
In Guilford County, I'm Samantha Schneider reporting.
Such a scary place. The Woods of Terror will be open through November 4th, and this Saturday, the park will be doing a special haunting event for children with special needs.
After a rainy start, this week should bring clear skies as we head into homecoming weekend.
How will the weather look for Halloween? Alex Commit has the answer coming up next.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Thank you for staying with us. I'm your meteorologist, Alex Commit, with your Carolina Week weather. A couple things to talk about is cooler than normal days ahead, or not normal, but cooler than we've experienced. The next chances for rain and the Halloween forecast. If you take a look at the radar, you can see that across the area. Okay, well, take a look at the surface map. You can see that off the coast here is the cold front that moved through on Monday. It brought us those heavy showers and severe thunderstorms, even really damaging conditions to the western part of our state. A few tornadoes ripped through there. Luckily for us, it was just a bunch of heavy rain. Back to the west, the northwest, there's another cold front, and this will be affecting us later on this week. If we advance and look, you can see that this cold front moves down and is moving across the middle of the country, and this will move into our area around Friday and Saturday, bringing us a chance of rain on Sunday, hopefully be well out of our way by Monday. And if you take a look, currently we're at 64 degrees with clear and cooler conditions. It's really nice outside right now. Light winds. Tonight will drop down to 43 with cloudy skies and light winds. A slight chance of showers. Those clouds should clear out by the time the sun comes up tomorrow. And the breakdown of your day, 8 a.m., 44 degrees, warming up to 56 by noon, and then 60 by 5 for your commute home. This weekend, UNC takes on Miami. The game starts at 12 o'clock, so a great day for football. Partly cloudy from start to finish. Our tailgate, 9 o'clock around that time in the morning, 54 degrees, warming up to the mid-60 by kickoff, and then victory at 70 degrees with partly cloudy skies all day. So it should be a great day. You may need to bring a sweater, but other than that, no rain as of right now that we can see. Your trick-or-treat forecast, Tuesday, October 31st for the surrounding areas. As far as I know, that hasn't been changed to the weekend, so you should expect the trick-or-treaters between 6 and 8 p.m. 62 degrees by 6. After sunset, we'll drop into the 50s and the mid-50s by 8 with clear skies overnight. And to take a look at our 5-day forecast, Thursday, we've got partly cloudy skies. Our high is only 62. And then Friday, warming up into the 70s. We'll keep those into Saturday. That chance of rain moves through on Sunday. And then Monday, we're back down into the 50s with a really low on Sunday at 38.
Wow, sounds like it's definitely getting a lot cooler, thankfully, feeling like fall.
I know you said you were looking forward to the fall temperatures, and here we go.
They're
you
here,
got your wish.
thankfully.
There we go. Thanks so much, Alex. Okay.
Some news Carolina fans did not want to hear.
It was hand down, man down for the men's basketball team this week. That's next.
I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it. My support team never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew who I could become as a person. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome to Carolina Week Sports. I'm Paul Beam. The basketball team will be without the services of Joel Berry for 4 weeks after the senior guard broke a bone in his right hand. The injury happened when Berry punched a door in frustration after losing a video game to Theo Pinson and a manager for the team. But don't worry, Tar Heel fans, Berry should be ready to go by December. From injured hands to helping hands, Tuesday morning, 68 coaches and staff members gathered for their Blue Ops workshop. Blue Ops is a monthly meeting that takes place in Loudermilk Center. The sessions are for professional development opportunities for athletics administration. Hall of Fame coach Roy Williams led Tuesday's workshop. He spoke about building a championship culture at UNC and the importance of listening to advice. One piece of advice Roy might say, recruit really good players. The women's basketball team looks to be much improved from last year with talented first-year players. But Destiny Walker tells us a returning junior could be the key to success this season.
Paris Key made the most of her decision to transfer to UNC. Key ranked first in minutes played, fifth in scoring, and eighth in assists and steals in the ACC.
Okay, after I had asked for a release form, coaches started calling me again, and UNC was definitely at the top of my list because I wanted to come back and play for the ACC. The coaching style is different at UNC than it is at Vanderbilt, because at UNC we focus more on running plays and executing. Coach Hatchell really lets us show our skills. We have more freedom on the court.
Paris Key is an outstanding young lady, very talented player, highly skilled, can play multiple positions, is a big part of our women's basketball team here at UNC, and will be a major factor in our success this year.
During Key's transfer season, she worked very hard off the court to be able to make an immediate impact for the Tar Heels.
I would say the biggest thing was working on my shot. I had shoulder surgery on my right shoulder because I had dislocated it a couple times in high school.
Key says she didn't have full rotation in that shoulder, but when she got to UNC, trainers worked with her to get it back to full strength.
Jason, our strength and conditioning coach, spent a lot of hours in the weight room with me. I told him that I wanted to try to be able to dunk when I got back, so that was one thing that we worked on. And just getting stronger, being able to take contact. Hopefully I can be a vocal leader this year and just to keep them focused and remind them that we need to win on the boards. I definitely expect us to have a winning season. We have grown a lot since last year, and as long as we are healthy and stick together, we should have a great season.
Key says one of her goals for this season is an ACC championship. I'm Destiny Walker, reporting.
Key and the Heels will be playing their first game at home on November 1st against Wingate.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Key in the Hills. And, you know, speaking of that other story, I saw Joel Berry, and I can't imagine that must be, hopefully it gets better.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I can understand, like, I feel like if you lose to Theo Pinson in anything, he will never let you hear the end of it, so
Now,
I'd probably punch a door too.
Do we know what video game it was, though?
I'm gonna go ahead and say 2K. I bet Theo was playing as the Warriors and probably scored like 30 with Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, and it's just unfair.
Yeah, it probably was that.
Thanks
Coming
so
up,
much.
we take you halfway around the world.
For a North Carolina woman's marriage to a man she knew for a few weeks.
The color in my garden
keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Talking about inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous.
To her family, it came out of the blue. A woman from Apex decides to move to India to marry a man she knew for only a few weeks. North Carolina. This is where Alexis Simasco grew up. But these are her last days in her favorite coffee shop. She's leaving to get married, very far away.
Just kind of my whole life I had this sense that I wouldn't be surprised if I married somebody from another culture.
That other culture? India, leading to probing questions at her church bridal shower.
What is Aaron's real name? Chidi Babu. What? Yeah, his real name is Chidi Babu. How did I meet him? Yes, so we were introduced by mutual friends. It all just worked out so perfectly from there.
Now, have they ever been to the United States?
None of them.
He's never been either.
No.
So she chose to leave the United States to marry him in Andhra Pradesh, India. After 26 hours of traveling, this is the first time the couple has seen each other in 8 months since they decided to get married after knowing each other for just 5 weeks.
We decided to marry each other without the emotional confusion that is sometimes attached in dating, love, marriage relationships.
Now their relationship will be official. They're to be married in 5 days. But first, meet the family and lessons in the local language, Telugu.
Nobody speaks English here, and the culture is totally different.
These people are accepting me as family, like they're letting me into their community and accepting me as like part of their culture.
A culture very different from what she left behind. She says she loves him, loves their shared faith, and says her sister.
She always kind of hoped she'd find her Indian prince so that she could live here forever.
Forever, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health. The couple got married in front of 600 of Golamandala's friends and family, a handful of hers.
To love and to cherish. And to love and to cherish. Till death do us part. Till death do us part.
I think my love for the culture and my love for the people, I wanted to be so just a part of it.
And she is now truly part of it. Now married, the couple faces getting to know each other, a long way from North Carolina.
Wow, what a shock it must have been for her family, Anne-Marie.
They were completely surprised. They've actually never met him, but are hoping to do so when he comes back to the States with her in a few months.
Very interesting.
That does it for this edition of Carolina Week.
Thanks for watching. Good night.